Oh, hey, okay. Yeah, that's a sick guess. What's good, everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today, I'm going to be doing some world record attempts on the skewed world map. However, as the title suggests, I just want to quickly talk about my experience out at the Google offices today. So, as some of you guys may know, Sebastian Clement actually interviewed me a while back. Now, he works for Google in Zurich, and to cut a fairly long story short, I thought that because I have this connection, I might try and go and get a tour at Google. Now, massive thank you to Sebastian because he actually managed to arrange this for me, and today I went on a tour of the Google offices in Sydney, right by Darling Harbour. By the way, Darling Harbour is quite stunning, especially on today, so I'll put up a video of that now. But yeah, basically a guy from the Google Maps team came down and met me, and we went on a tour around the building. I mean, if you want to see what it's like inside Google buildings, there are plenty of like day in the life of a Google worker videos which do a good job of explaining what it's like. But basically, it's free food everywhere. They got gyms, they got massage places, 3D printing, video games, restaurants as well. Basically anything you could really want to leave the workplace for, they basically just put it in there. It's really quite sick. If you have an opportunity to go on a tour, I would definitely recommend it. And I was able to ask some questions to them as well. I've been told I can share, for example, I was asking about India, how they're using the unofficial cars these days, and apparently by Indian law, you actually have to have an Indian-owned company making Street View images. And so for this reason, Google is sub-licensing to all these smaller companies to do all the Street View. Now the question is, could we put some Google cameras on those Indian companies' cars? Well, theoretically, yes. I mean, that's what Apple Maps seems to be doing at the moment. So hopefully in the future we get some. But that also explains, and the guy I was talking to actually knew about this, that in 2011 they did drive the Google cars in southern India and didn't publish the stuff. So that is why. One of the coolest things we came across was this Google tricycle from 2007 with a really old Generation 1, or maybe even before that, Street View camera on it. So check that out. And I also put up the description so you can pause the video if you want to see that as well. And yeah, guys, well, would have been fantastic to have gotten a member of the Google Street View team to tour me around. That wasn't possible, and that was fine. I would love to at one point interview a member of the Street View team and get a whole bunch of community questions and pose it to them, because obviously that's what this game is based on. And check out this beautiful new August 2023 Italy coverage. Absolutely stunning. Anywho, that was my experience, and I say without further ado, let's get straight into the Geoguessr. Okay, let's get into things here, and yeah, do give the video a like, guys, if you're enjoying the content, and let's see how we go. So first round of the day in New Zealand here. One thing I've noticed about a skewed world, and there was a brand new record set on here, which was 26, I believe. Pretty insane score. But one thing I've noticed is that skewed world has a ridiculous amount of New Zealand. There is more New Zealand than Australia. I guarantee you we will see more New Zealand in today's video than Australia. I'm pretty sure that that's true. And it's a nice, easy country to get, so I'm not going to complain about that. But I think the world record attempt had like 5 New Zealands in it or something, which is wild. But okay, next one here, I thought Czechia. How many Skodas do we have in the background here? Not too many. House kind of felt, yeah, it could be Czech, could be German, something like that. Something in that area of the world, I want to say. Could even be like Romanian or something though, so it's not really that consistent. Hungary as well, possible here. The Avenue of Trees kind of feels Hungarian. I'll give it a go. And it was France, so yeah, not a country I was necessarily considering there. Next one here, Beta Guardrail. Do they actually have guardrails in Greenland? Well, I suppose so, because these buildings in the background look really Greenland, so I'm happy to just send it here. And indeed it was south there, makes sense. Okay, I'll keep that in mind for next time. Ooh, this felt probably Indonesian, Malaysian. I think the pole almost feels a bit Malaysian here, but I don't know. Like, it could still be a number of countries. I'm just going to send it in Malaysia here. It was Philippines, that's why. Okay, yeah, just a thin metal pole over there. This one we have like kind of mini rifts. You can see the kind of mini rifts kind of just here. And I would say that this is for that reason Albania, but I could be wrong here. Okay, it was all the way south there. Interesting. So not particularly successful first here, but that's okay. Big cactus here. That would make one think of US or Mexico, even though my first thought here was Argentina, especially with mountains west. But no, I think this, and everything feels very organized, no rubbish. I think I'll click the US side of the border here, but yeah, we'll see. And it was indeed the US, nice. Next one here, Germany. Other option would be like maybe Denmark or something like that around there, but I think this should just be Germany, and let's just go middle here. Ooh, Austria. Okay, that makes sense, to be honest. You know, the upper part of Austria does kind of look like that. Okay, here we are in New Zealand again, I would guess. This could actually be Australia. These trees are fairly common there. Oh, here. Yeah, it's interesting. I could see Australia working here too, but I think I would just opt for New Zealand, right? Maybe it's just Victoria. Yeah, it is. Okay, whoops, bit of a throw there. I don't know. I just like to trust the New Zealand meta. This is interesting. Really long grass here, kind of looks like Tocantins in Brazil, but I think it might just be Argentina. Or maybe Australia as well. It's not out of the question. I think it looks enough like Australia that I'll go RG instead. And it was Australia. Gosh, not often that I miss 2 horses in a row like that, but you know, it is what it is. That's fine. We move forward. This one I thought was either Peru or Malaysia. Now, they have very similar poles, those two countries. I think the big ditch, it just reminds you more of like South America, doesn't it? So, but it's so tropical that it could only be very certain places in Peru, I feel. So, I'm gonna stick it in Malaysia. And it was Malaysia, nice. Okay, so there we go. Not a successful seed at all there. This one, Generation 2 camera. So that's only found in certain Western European countries, for example, at least within Europe, and this does feel like Europe with the road. So would be thinking maybe Italy, Greece, France here as the main options. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Maybe I like Italy the best out of all of them. The road's fairly pale, and I don't know, it just doesn't quite feel French, even though it does kind of feel like the southern France area. So I'm gonna go here out of all of them, and it was northern Greece there. Okay, I can live with that. It's not a bad one. I at least kind of called it. This one should just be somewhere in Russia. Oof. I wasn't actually meaning to click there, but we ended up with the right Oblast, I think. So, well, not quite, but yeah, definitely a nice one. This is South Africa. We need more of these easy ones. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Okay, that was nice infrastructure there. This is completely snowy. I thought it might be like some snowmobile coverage in Canada, maybe. But I think actually maybe Antarctica here is most likely. Oh, it was Canada, gosh. That's exactly where I was going to go. The only reason I didn't go there is because we had a big hill. But I guess there are hills on this thing, though you can't really make it out in the 2D map version. Okay, that's fine. Next one here, we are facing towards the road, and we're in Colombia. Now, I can imagine this one of having been quite hard without those clues, but yeah, we'll take it. Okay, back to it here. Next one, German bollard, and everything feels quite German. Now, did they actually have Germany, is the question. Could this just be in Luxembourg? Did we see like a proper Germany Gen 4 yet? Is this 2023 coverage? That's the other question, because that can easily help you make the decision, but I think it's not quite legible. It might say 2022 there, but very difficult to say. I think it looks German enough. This can be our litmus test to see whether it's actually worth. Yeah, okay, we're not going to send Germany again. Good to know. I'm pretty sure this map hasn't been updated, so that is going to be my evidence for going Lux next time. Okay, so there was an easy US. This is an easy Turkey. The sad thing is the last 5 in a row we could have actually gotten, unfortunately, just a few little throws. This is Botswana or South Africa. Now, something about it tells me it's the South African side of the border this time, and when I have that instinct, I tend to go with it. Oof, but it was Argentina. Well, at least it wasn't Botswana, I guess. Next one here looks like a Brazilian fence to me. I think pole also fits. We'll see, though. Oof, gosh. Okay, actually been, I wouldn't say really hard seeds so far. I would just say big skill issue so far. This one looks like Peru or Bolivia or something like that. It could also be Eswatini. You do sometimes see the Scarlet there. Where's the sun? Sun's definitely quite north. I don't know, maybe I will try Eswatini here. The reddish soil is not that common in the countries I mentioned. Oh, gosh, guys. Chile. Okay, I was not going Chile there. That's a difficult one. Okay, come on, guys. Surely I can... I mean, I don't know. I'm just not in the skewed frame of mind, clearly. But I thought this is going to be Norway, based on the buildings. This building's kind of really interesting, but what about these, like, black things on the guardrail? Very curious to me. I could be sending the complete wrong area. Like, there's nothing that screams Nordic apart from this house. The other ones are all kind of new. I'm just going to go for it, guys. Whatever. Okay, we finally make the right decision. That's good. Next one here. US, Canada. Maybe even that pole top feels a bit like Finland, I think. And maybe the guy wire doesn't really feel North American either. So, yeah, maybe Finland, Sweden here. And it is Finland. Nice. Next one here, Australia, I could only presume. Generation 4 coverage. I think this should be Victoria. I could actually see it being other countries as well. And it is actually Queensland there. Okay, just fairly thick forest coverage compared to what I was expecting. This one I would say is Ghana, I think, with the red soil. I think the vegetation actually fits quite nicely. So I'm going to try like a central Ghana here. And it was Mexico. Wow. That was extremely red soil for Mexico. I mean, you do see it in pockets, but that's like beyond what you could expect. That was a fairly easy Poland, I think. This should be a Indonesian poll, and I think the vegetation does certainly fit that. Now, the question of where is kind of hard. I'll try East Java here. It was instead Lampung, not a surprise. These houses look rather Canadian, but I'm kind of feeling US off the bat here. Got a lot of basketball going on. Not really sure if that helps one way or the other. I'm going to say it's US, though. And yeah, it was. Good. Just up towards the border. This one is basically, I was going to say ungettable, but we have a lot of poppies here. Poppies, I know they're famously, Australians know poppies because they grew on the battlefield of Gallipoli. So I was thinking maybe Bulgaria or Romania here could be quite nice, or maybe even Turkey, but something about it feels a bit more northern, I think. So, yeah, why not Bulgaria or something? The hills are kind of they're very prominent. Like, it's not, I don't know. You don't see hills behind them, so I feel like that doesn't feel as good for Bulgaria. Maybe better for Romania or maybe even Hungary or something. I don't know what I'd expect to see when I turned around. Maybe even Hungary's better here. But we look south to mountains. That's not as good for Hungary. Normally, you'd be looking north to mountains, so, yeah. I'm not entirely sure about it. It could just be any other country. I mean, like, France is just as possible, I feel. Is it even Gallipoli where the poppies grew? Maybe this is actually, I'm thinking of, like, something in Belgium or something. Probably that, actually. But it's not Belgium. Okay, let's just try this. Okay, it was Italy. Not terrible. But wasn't really going to get it. I didn't think of it. This is Mexican poles. They're octagonal, right on the border there, but that's fine. Okay, let's jump back in here. Okay, this looks like Czechia to me, these houses. We got a wooden pole, which is quite uncommon there. So maybe I'm thinking now Hungary or something like that. Especially these like concrete supports at the bottom of the pole. Very Hungarian. So any house numbers or anything? No, I think this is like right on the Austrian border in Hungary or something like that. I'll go to this town here. Okay, what's Budapest? Actually, it might have been a Budapest house sign, but that's okay. Rock fence here. That's interesting. Call me crazy, but something about this said USA to me. I mean, the rock fence is obviously not common there, and it does feel maybe too warm to be the right area of the US, but something about it said that to me. I don't know, what about, like, Italy's not really feeling that good? Maybe this is not a rock wall, but instead something else entirely, like just like a embankment or something, so maybe that could make things feel better, but yeah, it's some big lake, but it also it feels too warm for Sweden, right, or something like that. Maybe I'll try Sweden here. I feel like the houses low-key kind of fit. These two trees in front of us, they're like willows, or I don't really know what type they are, but they feel easily too warm for Sweden, so it's a little bit concerning here. I'm not really sure. Sort of lily pads, to be honest. It's not Sweden, I think. I just don't really know where to go. I'm just going to go US because I thought of it, but we'll see. It was US. Nice. Really nice guess there, honestly. I'm happy with that. Okay, next one here. Very Asian-looking blocks on the side of the road. Tons of palms. I would say this is probably Philippines, with the options of like Thailand and Sri Lanka or something as well. We'll see. It was Philippines. Nice. Mindoro, often looking a little bit dry there. Okay, boat coverage here. Immediately thought it was US, but could just as easily see a bunch of European places as well. The fence here almost feels like a bit British or something, but I don't think the trees do. I think I'll just send US here. I don't really have a better idea, so we'll see. It was New Zealand. Well, told you guys would show up again, but that's a very difficult round. Argentinian pole here. Was indeed right in that area, so that's a nice guess. Okay, next one here. Brazil, I would say, with the white painted pole bottom here. But region's kind of difficult here. I don't really have something jumping out to me, so I'll just try Belo Horizonte area. Ends up being right on the spill coverage outside of, wow, that's crazy. It's just outside of Amapa there. This is US, or is it actually Europe? I think it's actually Canada. The road is not like tarred sealed, so that's often a bit more common in Canada to see. Also, it just gives me a bit of a European vibe and a bit of a North vibe, so I'm gonna try it. Was near Montreal there, that's good. Next one here, Spanish Bollard. This should be very far north because it feels like somewhere further north in Europe, but that's actually Madrid. Very interesting. Now this is audible. This should be near Gaborone, I think, in Botswana. They have like kind of more dense forest with hills there and quite a red soil. We'll see about... Ooh, it's over the other side. I was pretty confident that time. Most times I feel that something's wrong when I want to go Botswana, and it's some of that cheeky South African Gen 3, but yeah, what can you do? No idea on this one. Literally impossible round. Yeah. Luxembourg, bro. Never in a million years, bro. Not a chance. Okay, but this is certainly gettable, and I don't think of it. So we got these little tabs coming out of the guardrail here. Is this like Greece or something? Is that why we have like a tall wooden pole? I don't think of anything better here, so I'll try Greece. And it is. Interesting guardrail. I didn't know they use that. This is a Indonesian pole top, which, funnily enough, I actually saw some of in... Oh, we have like a Sulawesi fence here. Yeah, these are... No, I think they're only Sulawesi if they paint them 2 colors, right? I think that's what my friend was telling me. I don't know about that. Well, it's definitely Indo anyway. I'll try West Java where the pole's found. This is Gorontalo, interesting. Yeah, I found some of those pole tops in Sydney, which I was very surprised by. Probably Indonesia again, but this time... It could actually be Malaysia as well, but this time I think here. Oh, wow, it was. The house felt poor, but obviously Malaysia has some very poor places as well, so not an entirely big surprise there. We got cat eyes on the ground here. Does that mean it's Indo again somehow? We've got a satellite dish here. It doesn't look like it's see-through like you often have there. So maybe this is like Colombia somehow or something like that. You guys know I love to send Southeast Asia on Colombia. I'm going to try that. I think it's possible. Yeah, Colombia, that's a good shout because it's not an easy round. But we have had no success. Sometimes I'm feeling this map, sometimes I'm not. I always enjoy it, but sometimes I'm just terrible at it. Today's one of those days. I thought maybe a greenish plate here. Weird. I thought maybe this was like Ukraine or something. We have AC units on the house here, so it has to be fairly warm. Person's definitely Caucasian. But I don't really... I mean, it looks like they're parked on the left-hand side of the road. Is this South Africa? We have walls around the houses. We have a certain green tinge to the plates. I think this is South Africa, actually. Let's go Kimberley here. Oh, hey, okay. Yeah, that's a sick guess. Okay. I know that like certain states in South Africa have greenish plates, but many of them do. I think like Eastern Cape, and maybe Free State as well. Northwest, I think, might, but definitely Northern Cape does. Anyway, what can I say? That's a really nice guess. I'm not going to try and explain to you exactly, but yeah, that was nice. Okay, 19K, but we ended on a moral victory there. Let's continue it on. So is this a Uruguay pole top? I think it may be. Sun's definitely more north, so yeah, and it's sunny, so we go northwest. I mean southwest. Let's try and pull this off. It could be this kind of thing. And okay, was indeed there. Next one here. Ooh, old generation 4 coverage here. And I believe this is like a southern, or maybe actually a northern hilly Polish landscape. Maybe like here. Yeah, okay, nice. Next one here. Ooh, rolling landscape. I thought Italy with the poplars. We have a lot of corn as well. Some of these houses might feel Slovenian. Now, would it ever be so rolling with so few trees like this? Between Italy and Slovenia here. And instinctively, I feel that Italy is better. But it's only certain regions of both countries that work. And, man, but Slovenia is feeling like I can definitely picture where in Slovenia this would be. Italy, so if it's in Italy, I would say like it could be something hugging the middle mountains, or maybe more likely something around Genoa here. But if it's here, I was thinking like out near Patui, where I stayed, is actually a pretty good shout. So we'd be looking at maybe like these kind of, I mean, there's some hills here, but maybe it's more like, okay, these ones in here, south of Maribor, I could see it. I'll try that. Ooh, nice. Let's freaking go, dude. Nice guess. Okay, we're on 5. We're starting to cook. We are starting to cook, and we have some South Korea here. Technically, we could still get 24,000 on this game, but looking rather unlikely with my South Korea skills. This is a bit of a... Let's try and actually go off the vegetation here. I would say these trees feel rather more... Nope, don't have any idea. Let's click middle. Okay, it was north. Okay, interesting. And the last one here is going to be... interesting road markings here. What do they mean? Is that the middle of the road? I don't think so. I mean, vibes were like Sweden or Finland, and I think with these road markings, more Finland. But these could just be Norwegian outer road dashes, you know? Which is concerning, because it's so possible. So, it's very, like, autumnish coverage. I don't really know. I think I would be annoyed at myself if it is Norway, whereas I wouldn't be too annoyed if it's Finland, even though I can see Finland is pretty likely, especially because the road's kind of poor in quality. So, yeah, a lot of birches. I don't know. This is an interesting one. I think, like, everything about it, apart from the road lines, I would go more Norway here. I mean, more Finland. But Norway still maybe feeling like the right route. What are those dashes? I'm just trying to picture. If this is a finished road, would they have such dashes? Like, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. I think they're Norwegian road lines with a really wide berth to the road. It makes more sense to me, I think. Okay, we're driving right here. Ooh, we're driving right here. Bus stop. It's a bus stop area. Oh, but that... Okay, we have to go big brain here, guys. If this is a bus stop area, that's why the road might be wider here. Because that's a bus stop. That would then again make Finland much better. Especially because it's very flat. I'm gonna try Finland here, guys. I don't know. I have to go with my gut, you know? Ooh, let's go. I don't really know. I'm very curious. We can quickly check what that looked like because the seed's over. So what actually was happening here? Am I okay? Oh my gosh, Ari. Yes, look at that. It was a bus stop, bro. Some of these guesses, I haven't been playing good, but some of these guesses have been my smartest, bro. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty insane. Okay, next one here, Garnan Poles. Now, let's pick the city. I think this is more Kumasi, but I could actually see Accra working quite nicely here too. Definitely, but I think more of a Kumasi vibe. Nice. Next one here. British houses, probably. So France, always possible. Would have liked some like hooks on this pole to make France not a possibility anymore, but obviously Ireland with these houses is more possible. I don't see any that like scream Ireland, but maybe it's better. Ooh, it is definitely that kind of Irish rolling landscape. The hedgerows, I mean, nothing feels too bad for Ireland, I have to say. But, yeah. I don't know, I can't shake the fact that UK was my first vibe, without a doubt. Yeah, I think I would say that maybe Ireland is narrowly better. Even though Wales or something is well possible, I think just playing the numbers, you go Ireland, and you succeed. Let's go. Okay, next one here. USA, I think it's just most likely. I mean, it could be Czechia or... I mean, let's think about it for a second here. It's very, like... sus round, man. I don't know. The road lines... I don't know. Everything about the round gives me more of a Europe vibe, and yet I know from experience playing this map that USA is just the better option sometimes. And so that's what I'm going to go for here. I think like any European country would be too much of a gamble. And it was. Nice. Yeah. It just makes sense, guys. You could try Czechia there. You could try Slovakia. Beyond that, nothing else is really a valid option in my opinion. And then USA is just it can always be appellations when it feels European. Okay, next one here. We're halfway to the record. I don't want to lose on Australia here. The sun is not favorable, but this definitely looks like eucalyptus. Some of these, like the stick just randomly poking out of the top of this tree feels very eucalyptus to me. So, yeah, is this like a northern territory up near Darwin? You occasionally get such things. I could see it. Alternatively, So what about Mexico is my main thought here without Australia, if Australia doesn't suffice. And yet, what about like Thailand? The thing is, like, yes, when I look at this, it looks super Australian, but looking at the ground, there's so much like random vegetation here. I don't know, that just doesn't feel that Australian to me. But 2 times today, I've got burnt not going Australian, so that psychological thing is really eating away at my psyche right now. So, yeah. It kind of looks like Cambodia, but Generation 4. So maybe Thailand could be possible here. Nigeria? I think it's the sky is too clear or something. I'd love, like, this is the type of round where just looking around would be so beneficial. What about Mexico still? I still like Australia, but I just can't shake the feeling that that's completely wrong. And it's a long way away from Darwin. That's kind of my thought here. So, Argentina, not really a fan. Brazil I could see. Brazil has a lot of eucalyptus-y kind of plants, so it's not out of the question. And they do have just a lot of vegetation sometimes, so... But then again, is Brazil really better than Mexico at that point, you know? Maybe. Like, again, the foreground and the background of this give very different pictures. The foreground, I could send anywhere, bro. The background, that's what makes me think more a country where you do see a lot of eucalyptus or something. Ultimately, I think I might go Brazil here. Very different to what I was initially thinking. And I will be very annoyed if it's Australia, especially because... Yes, some of those plants at the bottom do feel familiar to me, but oh, I don't know. I'm just going to be so annoyed if this is Australia. That's the thing. Like, honestly, I might just send Australia for my own mental sanity, you know? But I will be annoyed if it's Brazil, but not as annoyed if it's Australia and I go Brazil, you know? Difficult. Honestly, when I isolate each part, I can make sense of Australia here. So I'm going to send it. Pray for me, guys. Come on. Okay, it was Thailand. What are my thoughts? You have to give me that. And as I said, it did kind of look like Cambodia, very similar part of the world. So let's see what we would have ended up with here. Straight after. This would have been a difficult one. I think it might be a Romanian pole in the background. Could be wrong about that, though. It was actually in Croatia. I think Croatia... Still a country I often neglect to guess in, so very difficult there, I think. Is this Canada or Argentina? Sun, where are you? Sun's not really helpful here, I think. Maybe it's more Canada, I think. Okay, so that's it for the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. Hope you enjoyed some of those insane guesses. Like, what can I say, bro? That was kind of naughty. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a video very soon, and until next time, goodbye.